give you guys the link to oops, that's not going to work. Didn't do that. Let me put the link to the Google Doc up. So en página 136, en página 136. Oh. She joined, she left, she joined, she left, she joined, she left. She's having issues. The new computer she traded out for is not liking her. Okay, so there's the link. So are you able to join us on the document, or is that what you told me you're not able to join on the document?
You'll have to send me an email.
Okay, that's right. That's how we do that. I need to remember that. Okay. Okay, compose to Jared. Okay, it is sent.
Okay.
Okay, so Rachel's having issues. This may be a one-on-one tutoring session, Jared. Make up for missing yesterday. How about that?
Yeah.
I was with you yesterday. I woke up with a terrible, terrible headache.
Oh, the Hangout won't work. You can't, like,
The Google Doc?
Yeah. Wait. Maybe I'm just clicking on the Hangout. Oh, here's the Google Doc. I was clicking on the wrong one.
Gotcha. Good. Okay, so página 136. 136. Let me just respond to Rachel.
What page?
136. 37. Okay, so yesterday we went over the new vocabulary. I already have it listed up on the homework. And then we reviewed ER and IR verbs. So if you got the Hangout then, right? So just looking, remember when we did AR verbs, we said it was very simple to switch to ER verb endings because all you do is switch wherever the A was to an E. Okay, so the yo form stays O. The to form then would be what? What do I add to the end of a ER verb in the to form? AR verbs, what do we add?
For which one is this?
For the to form. Yeah.
Isn't it? It's S, isn't it?
It's us, right? So for the to form for ER is S, right? I'm not sure if I was confusing you there or not. Okay. So then for the usted leía for ER, I'm on the. What was that?
Wait, so we're doing. This is.
Look on the Google Doc. I'm doing ER verb endings. Yeah, but my.
Okay. Oh, and then. Okay.
Okay. So, looking at AR verb endings, ER just like AR, except for anywhere there's an A, you replace it with the E. Okay.
Okay.
So for usted, el, ella, what will the ER verb ending be?
A. Well, E, but like.
Yeah, e in español.
Yeah.
E in English, right?
Yeah.
Nosotros.
Hemos.
Hemos, muy bien. Vosotros.
How would you say that?
Ace.
Ace?
Ace, yeah, because AR is ice. So this would be ace. Get my little accented E going there. Copy. Vosotros ace. Okay. And ustedes, ellos, ellas.
N.
N. Okay. And then the only difference for IR verbs, so we'll look at it, and I'll let you go ahead and you're able to fill in the chart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. The only difference for IR verbs is the nosotros and the vosotros. Okay, so nosotros is imos, and vosotros is just is.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so very simple. Very easy lesson for the fact that we already have the concept. So as long as you understand how to conjugate, you're good to go with this. So let's just look down. They've conjugated on the page comer and vivir, which are two very, very common verbs. Comer, of course, to eat, and vivir, to live. They have some listed, if you look at number 1 on page 136. They have comer, beber, leer, ver, comprender, aprender, abrir, recibir, escribir, and vivir. I should add those onto the vocabulary. Because they don't give you the definitions for all of those. Okay, and then there's a little thing to note. If you look down on number 3, the verb ver, which is to see, and it has a slightly. I mean, if we look at it at the conjugation, the yo form adds an extra e in there. Otherwise, it's conjugated normally. Because veo, it should be what? If I were to conjugate it just normally, drop off the ER and add O, it should be bo. But
Yeah.
they didn't like the way that sounded, so they added the E. They kept the E in there. Otherwise, everything's conjugated normally, right? Ves, ve, vemos, base, and ben. And why doesn't base have an accent?
Because it's. Wait. I don't know.
So normally ace has the accent, right? When we put the ending on verbs. But what's different about the verb ver versus vivir and beber and cantar and aprender and comprender, escribir?
I have no clue.
It's a single syllable. The verb is a single. The verb is a single syllable, right? So it's monosyllabic. If you want to sound educated, it's a monosyllabic word.
Oh.
So therefore, when you get to vosotros, you only have one syllable, so you don't need to accent it because it's naturally going to fall on the only syllable there. So that's why you don't need that accent there. It's just naturally where it's going to fall. Okay. So ver, yo veo, tú ves. But everything's normal except for the yo form. Ve, vemos, ves, and Ben. Okay. So that's just something to bring to your attention. It's pretty regular. But it's the nosotros. Just remember for IR verbs, nosotros and vosotros are the ones that are different than the ER verbs. Other than that, still the same. Okay, so let me just copy this really quickly. So go ahead and on the next conjugation box, go ahead and conjugate the verb aprender, which is...
Wait, what word?
I'm typing it above it. To aprender, to learn. I've typed it right above where I want you to conjugate it. You see it?
Oh, right here, okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Wait, do you want it, or never mind.
Okay, muy bien. Go ahead and do the next one. Escribir. Perfecto. So we don't need to put that dash in there. I put that dash in there to let you know that that it's a suffix. It's something being added to the end of a word. So just write it like you normally would in a sentence. Because actually, it is a complete sentence. Perfecto. Muy bien. So, no questions from you. You got this whole conjugation thing. You got an A+. Okay, so let's look at look at página 139. And let's start with well, let's look at 138, 138, and see what we can so let's write a few verbs down here that will be necessary for this activity. So leer. Okay?
Yeah.
Leer, comer, beber. Okay, so let's try to make a conversation. So I am on the first one. You'll be the questioner. I'll be the person, the girl laying down reading the magazine. So what are you going to ask me?
Wait, which one are we doing?
Exercise 5 on 138, where the pictures of the people are doing activities. So we'll make a conversation here. And I'm on number 1. I'm that young lady laying on the floor reading a newspaper. What might you, or reading something. What might you ask me?
Wouldn't it be yes son? Right? Yes son.
What are they? So just use it. So look at the example. Oye, ¿qué ves? What are you seeing? What are you looking at? Oh, veo la televisión. I'm looking at the television.
Wait, what does the oye mean though?
It's like, it's just to get someone's attention. It's like, hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't need to say son then.
No. Are you thinking you're using it as a helping verb?
Oh, yeah.
So if you say que son, that's what are they?
Okay.
Okay. So she's reading. I put up the verb to read there.
So would it be que lees?
Lees. ¿Qué lees?
Que lees?
¿Qué lees? Yo leo. So leo is like ver, right? You add that extra. You have the no. It's fine. Leo una revista. I'm reading a magazine. Leo una revista. So I'll ask you. Number 2. Oh, ¿qué tipo de helado comes? ¿Qué tipo de helado comes? What am I asking? ¿Qué tipo?
I can't even tell what she's eating.
So I've told you what she's eating. I just want to know what kind. So ¿qué tipo de helado comes? So I'm pretending that's you. So I've asked you, what kind of ice cream are you eating? Helado is ice cream.
So it is ice cream. It looks like it. Is it like Did you say it is chocolate ice cream in Spanish? Like it start with A.
You can say S. You could say S, but why don't you say I'm eating chocolate ice cream?
Okay. Yo soy.
Okay. Drop the helping verbs.
So, okay. Yo. What could you say?
I've written the question there so you can see the verb I used. There's the verb comer. And what's the yo form of comer?
Como.
Uh-huh.
So I could just say como chocolate, and then what was ice cream again?
So, como helado chocolate.
Oh, como helado chocolate.
Chocolate, chocolate. So, como helado chocolate. Remember, you treat all verbs the same. All if it's an O is an O is an O. It always says O. Chocolate, chocolate. So you working, let me just talk to you about you working, trying to work your helping verbs in there. Helping verbs, for the most part, really don't exist. Remember that the present tense of a verb includes the ing form. So the verb comes equals you eat, you are eating, and you do eat. All three of those are encompassed in just comes. You eat, you are eating, you do eat. There is a form where I can add the is, but it's with the verb estar. Okay, so if I wanted to say he is eating, to convey the action that he is eating, like right now, he is eating ice cream. Oops. I would say, él está, oops, comiendo helado. Okay. So if we're going to have a helping verb, it's only going to be the verb estar, and it's not going to be, didn't like it. It's not going to be the verb ser. Okay, ser is never a helping verb, only the verb estar. Because remember they both mean is.
Yeah.
So. Oh, I didn't realize ice cream was 2 words. I like to write it as 1. Okay, so you go ahead and ask me questions about number 3.
Okay. ¿Qué bebes?
Yo bebo agua fría, or agua frío. I have yet to figure that one out. Yo bebo agua frío. Okay, and then the next one, I'll say, ¿qué escribes? ¿Qué escribes?
Escribo. I don't even know what that is.
Un ensayo, maybe an essay, ensayo, or una tarea, a homework. I'm writing a homework, or I'm doing homework. Or una carta, a letter, which that doesn't happen very much anymore.
Yeah.
So, all right. And then let's look at número 8. And so you'll just go through and put in the proper form of, okay, go in and put the proper form of the verb. Okay.
Okay. Yo. So it's vivo, right?
Uh-huh.
Yo vivo en Colorado y mi amigo Alonso.
Alonso.
Vive. Alonso vive en Colorado también. Colorado también. Nosotros asistimos en la misma escuela. Nosotros
la misma escuela.
a la misma escuela. Nosotros aprendimos,
Demos, because it's an ER verb. Aprendemos.
demos mucho. Nosotros comemos el ¿qué dice? El
Almuerzo.
almuerzo en la cafetería
Almuerzo is lunch.
Alonso,
Cafetería.
cafetería Alonso come ensaladas, right? Ensaladas.
Ensaladas. Ensaladas.
Yo como um, uh, uh, bocadillos.
Bocadillos. Yeah.
Um,
That's sandwiches in Spanish. In Spain. You know, in Spain they call their sandwiches bocadillos.
Después de las clases vamos a un café.
Always says
A un café. Yo veo al mesero en el café. Yo leo
Leo.
el menú
Menú.
y doy la orden al mesero. El mesero escribe, no, escribes la orden.
Escribe. No es. Escribe.
Escribe la orden.
Okay, so the waiter writes the order. Okay, so that's why it's the waiter. What would we replace it with? It would be he. So that would be L. It would be the usted LA form. That's why there's no S. Okay, el mesero escribe la orden. Okay.
Okay. Cuando mis amigos regresan a casa ellos
casa.
A casa ellos then would you say that? Leen los correos electrónicos que what form is this? How do you say that?
Reciben.
What form is that? What form is that?
Okay, so ellos. So go back to up there. So you have cuando mis amigos regresan a casa, ellos leen los correos that they receive. So it's still ellos.
Okay, so it's reciben.
Remember, C followed by the I or E makes it soft sound.
Yeah. Reciben muchos correos electrónicos.
Oh, you skipped 13.
Oh,
Go down to the. Yeah, there's two lines with the same verb, but exactly the same.
So reciben. Then I think it's then ven la televisión.
Yep, ven.
Yeah. Y tú recibes muchos correos electrónicos. Y which form is this one? E.
So we haven't switched people, so it's still asking the same person the question. So, and do you receive a lot of email, and do you watch the television?
So, y ves la televisión.
La televisión. Sion. Remember, there's no sh sound in español. No, sh no existe. No sh. Okay, so muy bien, perfecto. Perfecto. You got that without a problem. So that's good. That's muy bien. So because there's nobody else here, I don't want to introduce anything new. So the homework is uploaded and already for your perusal. I might go back in and add a couple of words to the vocabulary that we will need for our homework. So, but other than that, es todo para hoy. It's all for today. Muy bien. Hiciste muy bien. You did very well. And I will see you hasta martes, ¿sí?
Sí.
Hasta martes. Adiós.
Adiós.